Welcome back to my channel. This is Lifestyle Aesthetics, where we teach you how to level up consistently over time. Today's video is gonna give you like a different variant of a 2 time a week workout doing push-pull legs, where the push day and the pull day would include some legs here. So starting with some weighted dips. So I would alternate between weighted dips every other week, weighted pull-ups every other week, just to make sure that my nerves are recovering properly. I'm not abusing my shoulder joints because this does get dangerous as you eventually become stronger. And you want to experiment getting stronger in these. So just making sure that they're done every other time, just not to abuse the shoulder joints. So after we do the weighted dips, we do some hack squats here. So here's the new PR I've been achieving: 2 plates of 45. Still pausing at the bottom stretch, still holding all these stretches here, just getting some good quad development, the glutes as well, strong lower body. So here we have jumped the weight a little bit, adding 25 pounds with the 45 here on each side. So with the weighted dips, I also want to recommend that and also point out that once you master getting stronger on that, all your other pushing movements will boost up in strength because you are getting stronger. Your triceps will also blow up, get stronger, your shoulders, your lower pecs. So you can never go wrong with some leg extension, some quad dominant type of movement here. So the leg days don't really change too much since you are getting stronger on the same lifts. You might get bored, and if that happens, you can feel free to try other type of leg movements. But for me, I just want to get stronger on these core movements here, pushing my body to the limit of the best possible version it could be. Here we are just doing these two type of movements here for the legs, and then you can't ever go wrong with some incline press here. So my body overall is getting stronger, and I like that a lot. It's getting more aesthetic. I see a little bit of more veins popping out through my arms, so that's the progress for me. So here I've been struggling a little bit, pushing the weights. I've been stuck on 225 here for a while on the machine, so reaching the next level, so it's 20 pounds above, would be 245 on the machine here is what I'm trying to aim for. So I've been striving and forcing myself little by little just to get stronger. Um, then shoulder movement here, shoulder press here with the neutral grip. So I've been trying to go a little bit heavy, but since we have already done heavy weighted dips, I've been struggling on this particular day to go heavy. So I feel like if you are going to do some weighted dips, it might be highly recommendable to leave the shoulder press for the next day since you are already doing these heavy pressing movements anyway. And, you know, on the push day, even though you have up the chest movements, the front part of the shoulders, and then lateral flies, all that stuff, triceps, if you're going to do the weighted dips, I think it would be best, also lesson for myself, to leave it for another day. And then here, this machine is still relatively new. So as I get accustomed to it, I feel like the strategy for me personally would be just stopping at the high point here where naturally my arms are parallel to the ground. I don't have to go all the way up. I do feel awkward if I do that. So just stopping at the midway here point, I do achieve more muscle activation, not being too awkward, not being too damaging on the wrists here. And it's pretty good. I like this machine a lot. Not every gym has this, so I've been actually fortunate enough that my gym has this machine. And this works out a lot of the middle head of the shoulders, and it's pretty good. It's pretty excellent, if I do say so myself. And then we are still back on this cable machine. So the other one still needs repairs, and that's quite upsetting. This feels awkward at this middle setting. However, as you're pulling out, you are still getting some good tricep activation regardless. So this is just mimicking what we usually do on the other higher setting, but same thing. You still are getting some good triceps here, and you see they're popping out through my shirt. And again, the strategy, do not ever forget, you want to tuck your elbows outward and pull the rope or pull the cable. Of course, it's different with the height setting, so it might feel awkward, especially if you're using the handles as opposed to some sort of grip. And then we are back to the posterior deltoids here, so I feel like I'm here anyway. Even though this is not exactly a push day type of workout, but working out the shoulder head entirely would save me some time for the next day, since we do have more lower body exercises that we need to focus on. So right now we are switching the weight a little bit, just lowering it down, getting more reps in, doing nice, slow and controlled. And my rear shoulders are popping a little bit more. They're getting more developed, a little bit more dense. So for me, I'm not too crazy about the big bodybuilder type of physique. I just want my muscles to be dense. I want to be aesthetic, achieve some lower body fat. So that ended the first day. The next day, we are starting with some heavy Romanian deadlift. And I can't remember a time where I added extra weights on the barbell Romanian deadlift. So for me, doing two plates of 45 plus a 10 pounder on each side is great. This also works on your a little bit like your lower back, the spinal rectus muscles. Romanian deadlift is a key movement I will never really not do on my lower body days with the machines or barbells. So getting stronger on that in general. And then going back to my roots of doing some barbell shrugs here. Nice pause, nice stretch here. Becoming stronger. My traps are getting thicker here. So these are the muscles that go between your neck and your shoulders. Just adds that extra sense of dominance to your physique. And then we're dropping the weight just a little bit more and doing more reps. And then right here, for the back thickness, we're doing some barbell rows, and you can basically grab it close together so your palms would be two separated, and that's gonna give you the back thickness there, as you see here. Um, Trying to focus on building that V taper. So holding it just a little bit more closer at the soft spot of the barbell as opposed to the grooves. It still achieves the same thing since you're not too wide on the grip here, and your back is going to get developed, going to get thicker. And then we are starting with some leg curls here for the hamstrings and calves, going a little bit heavier than usual. So even though I am going all the way back, not as far back as I usually do, since the resistance is quite higher on the heavier weight, which makes me proud regardless of still getting stronger with the machines here, still getting stronger overall. Better development for my physique. And then, of course, for the second set, after you rest for 2 minutes at the bare minimum, we are doing the next set, dropping a weight. So here, um, my record of doing two plates of 45 on the calf extensions. Eventually, we're going to add more weight, but for now, I'm proud of it. Just only achieving 5 to 6 reps here and then dropping the weight. And then when you drop the weight here, you are doing more reps. It's more smooth since this used to be our max weight back then, right? So just getting stronger overall is what you want to do, and then just adding more steps into just drop the body fat. Um, just reducing your stress in general. Just walking does wonders for your body. Well, we also noticed that the pull down machines were busy. I didn't like the other ones that they had, so we were doing the reverse grip rows here. It does feel awkward on the machine, so another alternative is the reverse grip rows. You're bent over. That's gonna work on your lower back, but this is fine. Just for one day is not really gonna ruin your whole workout, right? If there's some machines that are busy, you need to find an alternative to make sure you're hitting your muscle groups, even if it doesn't feel right. You're gonna have the next time to do what you always do, right? And then we are doing some wide grip rows here. I messed up on the setting, however, this is what it looks like, especially with the heavy weight. Going wide on the pronated grip rows here is going to work on your upper back. Yes, when it's heavy, you might swing slightly. Um, Something that I do notice here is that if you put a plate and you stand on that plate, you might achieve better for range of motion since the dumbbells here, since they're thicker and heavier, they might clash against the ground. So if you want a better, more calm range of motion, it's okay to just, stand on top of the plate and then just doing what you gotta do to develop your upper back. The machines here, I don't like too much for the upper back, so I will stick to dumbbells. And then here we go with the lighter weight here. We're 60 pounds, so I'm dropping 15 pounds here. My upper back is getting nice and developed. And then going back to incline curls here for the biceps, a little bit of forearms. This will force you to do the form properly, which I've noticed that, yeah, we're getting heavier with the weights, but I do swing. So just keeping myself in check, trying to keep myself humble in that aspect that I gotta focus on doing perfect form, or not as much as you that you can, that's possible, to make sure that the muscles get developed. And with this extra stretch, regardless, for your biceps, going to get developed a lot better as opposed to standing bicep curls. And then still going heavy on the forearms here. Reverse curls. I'm not swinging too much, so it's not too shabby for me, for my opinion. My forearms are getting stronger. It's keeping up with the upper arm, so it's getting a balanced look. Um, and then we're dropping it to 35 pounds, and that's pretty much it for today's workout. Gym vlog. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys on the next video.